Hello everyone, I'm Frank Fumi and welcome to the Emerging Franchise Brands Podcast. We are here in Las Vegas at the 2025 IFA Annual Convention. Super excited to interview franchise founders and industry pros. I have my dear friend from Hydrate IV Bar, founder and CEO, Katie Gillberg. Katie, how are you?
Doing well, how are you?
Doing great. Welcome back.
I know, it's fun to see you a year later.
A year later. All right, so what's been going on with Hydrate IV Bar?
Yeah, it's been an exciting year, an exciting start to the year already. We're just in a growth mentality, which every, I think, founder and CEO wants for an emerging brand.
And you're smiling, so
yeah.
Not too stressed.
Well, it's only February, so no, we've started the year super strong. I'm grateful for the team that I have, and kind of cheesy, but beginning of the year, we're doing our vision boards and manifesting and talking about goals, and no doubt events like this kind of help fill the cup as well and get everyone kind of energized and motivated. So It's been good. We sold 6 units this week.
This week?
Yeah.
Holy cow, that is amazing. Wow.
And I have to tell you, I'm so grateful. One of our newest franchisees found me because of this podcast, found Hydrate.
No way.
Yes, and
that is awesome.
Phenomenal. His name's Aaron. He's branching off into the Atlanta market. Brand new market for us, but
Great.
I'm so appreciative of that, so thank you.
My pleasure. That's why we do what we do,
Yeah.
and you just never know.
I know.
I love the human interest story, and of course my passion of talking with emerging founders comes from the pain that I went through as an emerging founder myself.
Yep.
And so I'm glad that worked out. That's great.
Thank you.
So one of the things that you said earlier about having a strong team, that resonated with me, of course.
Yeah.
We like to think as founders that we can do it all. We know that we can't. Tell me what did you do to get out of your own way to bring on a team and being able to relinquish some of that control? Because that's some of the hardest things that we do as founders.
It is. Well, quite literally, in September I had a baby.
Congrats.
So thank you, which has obviously been amazing and great for, wonderful for my family, but that forced me, I was taking a maternity leave, and it forced me to really step back and I couldn't totally shut everything off and turn it away, but it was a good rebalance, and I've been able to come back and say, and even for my team, putting them in the position to really own areas where maybe they would lean on me, and so it just helped kind of recalibrate all of us. So obviously it's not realistic for everyone to take a maternity leave, but I think stepping away and taking space and being able to take a back seat and listen and observe, because I always just want to be the first to jump in. And now I can be super intentional with what really excites me, what do I want to do, what am I good at, and what can I lean on other people for.
That's brilliant. I don't think enough of us do that. And in some ways I had to learn the hard way. But you figured it out, and you kind of had no choice, though.
I know, exactly. No, don't get me wrong, I'm super tired, and coming back now, I'm woo, but
sure.
Also I think I'm human, and my team, we're very collaborative and open and vulnerable, and I tell them when I'm totally tapped, I didn't sleep last night, I'm exhausted, and you have to jump in, and I think whether it's your home life or your family life, being just real and open and honest, whether it's with your franchisees or your team, they want to know that you're
human.
That you're human, and I'm the first to celebrate and have the good days and dance from a mountain, but I also have really hard days too. And
yeah. I think franchise owners especially can appreciate when we're transparent to the point where we show our vulnerability, because we are going to screw up.
Yeah.
We make mistakes, and I think when we make a mistake, as we're growing our brand with them, and we just tell them, look, this is not what I expected. I was expecting this. I know many times I was rolling something out that I thought was going to be a huge hit. and it ended up not being, and then other things I wasn't thinking was going to be so great and ended up being, the best thing I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
So, but I think that transparency is just, we keep hearing that word over and over, but what transparency means to me is the vulnerability.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And not enough people do that because they're afraid of showing that.
Right. I love my business partner Amy always says, you're either winning or you're learning.
That's it.
And that's just the mentality. I mean, you're either winning or like that kind of sucked, but what do we learn from it? And
right.
You move on.
Yeah. This year, this IFA compared to last year, like what was your expectations going in? Did you have different goals or objectives? Like I need to learn this, or this is a supplier that I need for my company at this IFA. How did it differ versus last year?
Last year, quarter four was a big, basically right before I had my baby, was a big kind of shake up with our marketing team, marketing department. We hired new teammates, we brought on new vendors, a lot of new partners. So taking Q4 to really absorb everything, learn, and then this year we've kind of put new campaigns and just goals and everything in action. So marketing, that was a big piece at the end of the year and something we're really focusing on this year, and then that leads into franchise development. I mean, franchise development, I'm always trying to learn and talking to other founders and, teach me your ways. And but I love IFA specifically. It's such a cool network of people. There's so many, and this is my third year, and I love just seeing the familiar faces, and everyone is so gracious and kind, and it's just really fun.
Awesome. It's great seeing you again. Congratulations on all your success and the new addition to your family.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you for tuning into the Emerging Franchise Brands podcast. For additional insights, guest applications, and to stay connected, visit us at efbpodcast.com. The Emerging Franchise Brands podcast is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed do not necessarily represent those of Emerging Franchise Brands, its host Frank Fiume, or Emerging Franchise Group LLC. Any discussed franchise or investment opportunity requires thorough investigation, obtaining proper disclosure documents, and expert consultation before making any investment decisions. The podcast and its host do not offer professional advice or endorsements, and they hold no responsibility for actions, representations, accuracy, or consequential damages related to the podcast content.